Carla. First of all, so after Jay-Z had put in a lawsuit that Tony Busby and this whole Diddy saga caused him to not be able to be funded as a businessman, okay? Even though it was much further than that. He couldn't even get funded during COVID. He couldn't even fund Roc Nation during COVID, right? So, let me make sure I get it right. Because, you know, Roc Nation be watching everything I be saying. Everything. I'm like, y'all just waiting on me to slip up. It's not going to happen. Everything's alleged. Even my name's alleged, okay? So, he put in the lawsuit, Jay-Z, that he was facing financial hardship, saying that he was not able to get business loans that he needed for his business and personal life because of these lawsuits. They've caused reputational harm. And banks denied him, even though he couldn't get loans before to save Roc Nation. And so he had to resort to a PPP loan to save Roc Nation. Live Nation wouldn't even give him a $40 million loan. He couldn't even give his own business a $40 million loan. And how is it that a billionaire can't go into his own stash and allow his business to borrow money from him to save his business? Why does he have to run to the government to save him? But y'all say he a billionaire, right? We're not talking about Beyonce. We're talking about Jay-Z. Beyonce's the billionaire. Why he down there in Dubai begging for money? So then he takes out a loan on his house and he gets $50 million and he goes down to put this bid on a casino that they denied him for, okay? So now he got $50 million. He down there in Dubai showing off Beyonce, telling her, turn around. Shh. Show him what you're working with. Shake it fast. Watch yourself. Shake it fast. Room it. Show him what you're working with. He's trying to get some money. So now that he got just a little bit left over, he decided, because, we've been out here putting pressure up on Mr. Jay-Z because he's not moving like a billionaire moves. And y'all saying, well, why a billionaire leverages other people's debt? Yeah, banks' debt. Banks are happy. So are companies. They're happy to invest in Jay-Z. Why do companies not want to invest in a billionaire? You guys have to ask yourself that question. Why is it that Jay-Z is having to go beg for money? Why does he have to why does he have to borrow from his house? Why can't he go into his own bank and save his business? Why is it that banks are trying to jump in bed with him? Because his business ventures ain't shit. And so they've recently decided, I guess, to try, I love how they always try to prove me wrong. So they done bought some $10 million swampland in London. They're trying to figure out where they're going to build their house on that piece of land, And I know what they're trying to do. It's they're the Carters. They're going to raise the value of a undervalued land. I don't know what they're going to do, build a dam to keep it from flooding and shit like that. But it's swampland that they bought and they're planning on moving to the UK. But in the meantime, apparently they bought the house next door to their house. And so this particular plot here, they're strategically and intentionally giving this information to TMZ to let us know that they're taking out $17 million of the $50 million that they borrowed from the house to do renovations on the house, which is build an extra extension onto the house. I just get so tired. And Megan, they said it was a diss track to me. They said Megan made a whole diss track. My man, my man, my man, my man, my baby. I said, why are you taking Lotto lyrics like that? I'm not the one you need to be proving this to. Let's see how long he stay around. She got an 8-month period. But anyway, back to them. So they're now using $17 million of the money that they borrowed against the house. Not Jay-Z's money. Because, Beyonce's the breadwinner around that bitch. The add-on, probably an extra extension, a dance studio is what I'm hearing. I don't know, but I'm just listen, you guys don't have to intentionally give this to TMZ to tell me. You don't have to do that, Jay-Z, okay? You do not have to do that. It's just that every year you're in Forbes, but Roc Nation, you were in Forbes the year that Roc Nation was going bankrupt. How does that happen? Why is your business partner on video saying I had to borrow $40 million from Live Nation and my business partner is a billionaire and this is company, but you couldn't go get the money from your wife because you know not to ask her for nothing? In other news, I'm just tired of them trying to prove me wrong. I'll come out and say when I'm wrong. I will come out and say, trust me. And stay tuned. I forgot to ask Nikki what the hell going on with her and Jay-Z. I said the one question I was supposed to ask. What is going on between Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj? I forgot to ask her ass. I said, God damn it, I got to ask her. Since y'all think I know every damn thing. Anyway. So apparently, Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now here's what I'm going to say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witchery, okay? And so, listen, there was a lady yesterday that went live on Instagram, okay? And she called out Beyonce for trying to harm her kid, okay, is what she said, all right? Let me pull up this post here. Y'all turn to your Bible, turn to your neighbor, okay? Open the book of black magic. No cap. That's what they was telling me. Cat had on his bed was a Bible, but inside the Bible it had black magic. I promise you, the shit I'm gonna tell y'all, man, this is crazy. I need to go do it. That's why I said I need a day off. All the stuff that I've been hearing, I just need a day off. Hold on for a second. So, model and dancer Khadijah Shari made some disturbing allegations against Beyonce. She's gorgeous, by the way, okay? I wish I could wear a fro like that, Jasmine. You think I could pull it off? My head's too small. I need a big face. God, dog, for real. I be wanting to wear an afro like this, okay? Now, she takes to her Instagram and says, "Are you effing kidding me? You call for my child to be..." What is that R word? Let me go to her page. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Let me go to... I don't need no Khadijah. I was just on her page yesterday. Hold on for a second. I'm going to get y'all the real words. Got it. All right, so did she take it down? I think she took it down. She did. She probably was hit with the cease and desist. Well, anyway, we got it. Okay, we got it. We'll go back to where we were. So what does it say, Jasmine? She said, "Are you effing serious? You call for my child to be, I don't know, ard?" Does that say rape?
Oh, yeah,
that says R word? That says... "You evil effing witch. At Essence, check on my child. I'm about to blow this shit through the fucking roof. At Beyonce, you went too effing far. You gotta be kidding me. I'm the child you oft to be a star. You forgot you were only supposed to be a star. On the tree, giving orders of takeouts. Never want with your stardom, I don't know. Never went with your stardom. Watch what you all do in this time. When it was happening to me, I kept my mouth shut for my career, not my goddaughter. I'll blow your world up." That was her words, okay? Destiny's Child, really Jigga Man. Now here's the thing. This breeds manic. It breeds a little bit of bipolar. However, everybody can't be lying on Beyonce because this is an ex-dancer of hers, and now we remember the ex-drummer that came out and we call her crazy too. We got the interview of the drummer. Y'all remember her? And she was saying that Beyonce was using witchcraft and all that stuff, and it always comes out around the time when she getting ready to cipher for a new album. I know Beyonce's a witch. I saw the Lemonade visuals. I saw it. I said, this is dark. How many women did Jay-Z on this lady? That's probably why he stopped. Took his boxes and put some roots on that shit. But here she go. Here go the drummer. What's the drummer name, Jasmine? Kimberly. Let me remind y'all of what Kimberly said.
Yeah, this restraining order was not done as a publicity stunt. I don't want anything, and I really want to make that clear. I want nothing to do with this person. This was not to up my career. This was not to jumpstart my drumsticks, my CDs, my music, my label. I I don't want anything to do with this. If you even offered me money, if anybody was offering me money for interviews, I would not take it. I don't want anything to do with this person. Like, I want it dead. And it's even as far as me taking the legal matter and taking steps into putting it on writing and saying it, you know, literally, that I don't want anything to do with this entire situation, with her money, with whatever she's got going on. I found a lot of my intellectual property stolen by her, my ideas, my drawings, the things I say, the things I do. She's even encouraged other celebrities to also steal and copy my ideas and things like that. So this has been a complete nightmare. I've been absolutely, like, I don't want to say the word rape, but just brutally abused with this entire situation of her trying to control everything that I'm doing and where I'm going. I mean, I've even traveled to different cities and been followed with this witchcraft stuff, and it's like, so it's completely compelled me to go into the light, go straight to God. Like, I don't need a third party, like, completely be very nice, be very loving, you know, step in light, you know, stay away from conflict, because there's negative energy going on, and I don't know who to trust anymore, like, at all. Not that I'm like paranoid or anything, but energetically now, because of this situation, I'm absolutely trained now to know who's good for me and who is not.
Poor woman, I can sense trauma there. It's also documented that she missed her court date.
I don't know who he is.
And many people.
All right. So let me just give you some context. She asked for a restraining order against Beyonce because she claims, Kimberly Thomas reportedly claims that she suffered from Beyonce's magic spells of sexual molestation. Same thing that Khadijah was just hollering about. Saying that you wanted to R my child, okay? And that Beyonce murdered her kitten. Now, we've seen Azalea Banks go live with a few cats in the pot. Okay, now the former drummer has filed for a civil harassment restraining order against Beyonce. The blast actually reported in court records viewed by Pitchfork confirmed, like, why would somebody go that far to file a lawsuit? They used to work with them saying this. And then everybody called her crazy at this point, right? Now, according to documents obtained by the blast, Thompson alleges that Beyonce is practicing extreme witchcraft and magic spells of sexual molestation to harass her, okay? Among other allegations, Thompson also claims that Beyonce unalived her pet kitten. Rest in peace to that kitten, to that cat. I'm sorry. Records viewed by Pitchfork show that Thompson had a request for a restraining order denied by Los Angeles Superior Court on September 19th. There's currently a restraining order hearing scheduled for October 11th. And an email to Pitchfork, Thompson confirmed that the accuracy of the documents posted by the blast, all accusations I survived are real, she wrote. And that was her giving like a brief interview. I need to reach back out to her. Because, you know, they'll clip something and they won't tell the whole story, like the context. Because, like, how did it get to the point where she got your cat? Like, I need to know those details. How did she molest? You know what I'm saying? I was watching an interview that Beyonce did on 106 in Park. This is when Terrence J was there. And the other girl, the light-skinned girl. What's her name? I forgot her name. Roxy. And she was talking about when she had unveiled Single Ladies, the music video. And she said she had drawn inspiration from, there was an old 1960s video of these white women that danced the same way that she was dancing in Single Ladies the whole time. And she basically talked about her taking and her stealing the idea and reincarnating and you know, and making it, you know, I guess her own. And so the comments were just off the chain, like, see, everybody keeps saying she taking that shit and remanifesting it and redoing it and repurposing it and selling it. I'm like, yeah, artists do that, but at the same time, it's just like, Single Ladies was a big hit. And those dances that she did in there, even though she took them, I mean, all I'm gonna say is everybody can't be lying, because Solange in other news is posting pictures of her altar. You think she's the head witch or the co-witch with Beyonce whenever it's time for Beyonce to get an album together? Tina's the big witch. Something tells me in my soul that Tina is about to pop out with a younger man. Tina about to do it. She about to cipher for some blood, some young blood. She about to get her Cher on. Y'all wonder how Cher is alive and looks young all these years. It's called vampires, y'all. They vampires, okay? Everybody can't be lying on Beyonce. They can't be lying on these people. It sounds crazy, but come on.
Maybe that's her MO. Maybe that's part of her to make them look.
I think so. That's her MO, is to make them look crazy. Even though we see it all over her visuals and her concerts and everything, and it's like a cult when you up in there. Y'all crazy. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments real quick before we move on to the Cat Williams drama. Why do so many people claim others are having mental breakdowns when they express out of the ordinary situations? True. True story. I was 37, pregnant, and my ass was on a walker. Why? He took all my damn vitamin D. Now, even though I was taking a prenatal, he took that too, and I was breastfeeding, and he took more. I didn't find out until 3 years later that my vitamin D was so low. I took a test. Here's the test. And as you can see, severely so low in vitamin D3 that they had to supplement me 50,000 IUs, my doctor, okay, at 40 years old. I couldn't walk from my office to my house, which was across the street. I had to wear thick sole shoes just to ease up the pain on my feet. Would have known it would have been a simple vitamin deficiency. And so for that reason, I keep me some vitamin D3. Why? Because it helps the body to absorb calcium, to support the immune system so that the immune system won't cause inflammation, which will cause pain. And so this is the one that I particularly use, which is 10,000 IUs. It is flavored. I love that it has vitamin C here. You don't need to take it every day. I would suggest that you do talk to your doctor. You may need a test. Hop on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off this very potent vitamin D3, okay?